All right, so I've seen this tier list a lot. Like, I mean a lot. Okay, I mean it has almost 5,000 likes. So we got to break this down. The Japanese usually have a lot of different takes. I mean, this is something, the only comparison I really have is Dokkan. I mean, Black Clover Mobile, it's just there's not many Japanese players even since launch. It fell off very quickly, so it's not like people made tier lists like these. But we're gonna kind of rate this. I just want to have a little fun doing this. Why not, right? Let me know if you'd be interested in more of these videos in the future. Now, all the SP buffs like on Yuji, Nanami, Mekamaru are not counted, right? He says here. No, sorry, he says here. Here? No, he said it somewhere. I think it's afterwards. Yeah, he said it afterwards that it's not with SP. Yeah, here. So it's not with SP. So essentially, the big buffs are not active, right? Now, real quick, I just want to say I have a tier list event where the person who I believe has the best tier list is going to be rewarded 10 bucks USD. So I would join the fan Discord down below. I'm going to put it in the pinned comment also. And if you make it and you submit it to community event submission, then you're good. So you need to have the criteria using this. This is the criteria, okay? This is the ranks. Okay, this is how you want to place the ranks. Please place it like this. Don't be stupid. Please don't be stupid. And just know that it's me ranking it. Okay, just place it like usual. Keep in mind, it's with Mekamaru. This is a JP tier list. I want to have fun with this. I think I'm going to do this once every month and a half to 2 months, just to incite people to kind of think about the game, make more discussion. I'm trying my best to make events to get discussion going, and I think this is a step in the right direction to do events like this. So let me know if you'd be interested, and also give me recommendations if you have some down below. But without all that said, let's go into this, all right? And let me know what you think of my thoughts and their thoughts on the tier list and the rankings, okay? And we're gonna get into this. So this is Hall of Fame, just to put that out there. Okay. The overall tier list has been updated, including high difficulty and repeated play. Now, what I don't like personally is that they're including both of these together, right? So it's like, okay, high difficulty, so like tower, I guess EX battles, and then also, what's it called? The illusory realm, yeah. So it's those three, but then it's like, oh yeah, also auto, right? So Sukuna would definitely be included into the Hall of Fame at high difficulty levels. This is an important point and was the subject of much discussion. So we're going to kind of go by their logic, okay? And I personally do not agree with how they ranked it. I think two separate tier lists would be best. Because, for example, like if we go here, you'll see a lot of the rankings in this tier list to be kind of like more synonymous with like high difficulty than actual like grinding, right? Which is something to keep in mind. Because, like, for example, in grinding, Sukuna is not SSS, right? But he is like the GOAT of the game, right? So let's look into this. Remember, this is for grinding and high difficulty. So I want to start low and then go higher. Now, in D, I mean, I don't see anything wrong. Like, you could technically vouch for this Saki. I know that there's some plays with this Saki, but it's like, do we really... Like, this is not something I'm trying to contest on. Essentially, what it is the taunt when you have, like, I'm pretty sure it's with Toto. It allows you to kind of not really die and everything goes to Saki, right? So it's like, it could be a bit toxic. Now, in C, there's nothing I really disagree with. Like, Miwa can have some niches too, but it's like, there are niches that it's like, if you don't really count them or don't care about them, then yeah, that's fine. The only thing is, though, it's like, how do I say this? It feels like they're like either we discovered strats that they didn't, or they just like this specific player doesn't know about it, right? As for the SSRs, I fully agree with them. Now for B, I agree with Miwa. Agree with Panda, agree with Maki. Now the thing is, this guy Miguel, listen, I could see B tier because he has one floor he's used on. If you're able to lower the buff turns, then yeah, he's great. But if not, nah, he's not. Now, this one is where it maybe starts for me at least to get a bit controversial. So EGG is like, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Like, he's okay there. Thing is, he's pretty strong. It's just we need better taijutsu units. But he does good. Like, this is nice. Being able to give like essentially 50% damage reduction and 400 ult is nice. But listen, A is a fair ranking. Now, Kaido, it's like, okay, I think nowadays you're not using him as much, but it's still a crazy ranking. For me, it's Mekamaru in A. Even before, like with SP, he's way higher, I think. But even without SP, like, listen, this guy, all they really did was kind of change his ult to do a bit more damage, right? They changed his ult, and what else? His skill 2, right? So he does a bit more damage from the skill 2. We could see here it gave him taijutsu and crit rate. And also he taunted, which is a huge ability, right? But it's still fine, right? It's still fine. Like, he's still doing good. Like, he's doing a bit less on his skill too. But to say he's that low, like, his ult is what? About 1050? No, 1150. But you gotta remember, in break state, that's a 250% buff, right? So I feel like Mecha is a bit low to me. And Nobara? We realize she's good with Ghetto, right? We do. I mean, like, this part is for sure for grinding, if you think about it. Because she is single target, right? Single, yeah. So it's for sure that. It's just, this is why I don't feel like it reflects it, because who the fuck cares for grinding? Because all you need for grinding is literally domain Gojo and you're fine. That's why it's like, I don't know, it just feels a bit disingenuous for that. But we could definitely take some of this into account for high difficulty. So I feel like they're definitely counting her a little low, right? Because with a lot of debuffs, bro, she gets a shit ton of extra stats. And like, hit her ult with a 260% damage increase alongside this, it gets crazy. Like, her damage gets really, really high. Like, this is probably this. Oh, actually, I need to know. I'm going to send this to Ethla later because she could actually get the numbers for some of these. This is going to be good to know, like, how big it is. Like, it feels a bit low. Like, this, it feels a bit low. Now, S tier. I agree with Nanami. He's just like, he doesn't cut it. Hanami, I agree with. We'll say they are great, but it's like meh. What I don't agree with is fucking Blue Yuji. Like, what? Why is Blue Yuji here? Like, in S tier, that's crazy. No alt gauge is needed. We have too many alt gauge Rex now that you don't need it. Now, Blue Nanami is definitely, like, this to me is fine. This to me is actually fine. I'm fine with it. Blue Maki for sure. Because listen, there's not a lot of solely taijutsu units. So having this here is good. Kaido. Okay. So it's a little low. It's a little low. Because it's like, okay, I think the only thing is, like, it's already so hard to kill yellow, but it's a little low. I don't know. I don't know. I'll leave it there. Now, Yuji without the new SP buff, I guess. Yeah, the new SP buff definitely puts him a lot higher. Not going to say how high, but yeah, no. Yuji being there is fine. It's definitely fine, actually, because he was still good before. For sure. Nobara is interesting. Like, having yellow and red Nobara, it's like you're saying green Nobara is worse, but these guys are better at farming, right? So it's like, I'm using their logic, right? We're comparing with their logic, and this top part is where it starts to fall apart, right? Starting from A tier, it's where it started to fall apart. Because you're saying these two are better than green Nobara? I don't really see it, especially red. Yellow, you could definitely make a case. I don't know. Red is like, it's good. It's just, bro, the CE. Like, now she's a bit better, but this is not with SP, but the CE she needs to actually do damage here is insane, man. Like, it's crazy to think about. So, yeah, I don't know. It's a bit weird, especially when Jogo's on the same tier as fucking Nanami. I don't know. Like, Joko, am I missing something? Like, let me reread his kit, because shit. Like, I'm being dead ass. Like, okay, his ult is 750. This is a one-time thing, right? Like, this is decent. It's definitely decent. But, bro, his damage is not that crazy. I don't know. Especially this, like, up to one time per battle. Like, this could be decent, but it's just, bro, he has Jujutsu everywhere. So it's like, if you don't have your ult immediately, his damage, I don't know, bro. I'm going to agree. I agree. I did not use him. But S tier is like higher than green Nobara. I can't get over that. Especially yellow mecha too. Nah, bro. And this is where it starts to fall apart. Okay, let's get into it. So, okay, Inumaki I agree with. Bro, red Yuji is high as fuck. He's higher than green Yuji. And for this, it has to be a difficulty thing, right? Okay, like, he's getting taijutsu increase, crit rate increase. Cool. His ult is 1500. Cool. Okay, but like, he's good. He's good, right? He's definitely good. I am not sure how you could see him being fucking SS in the same tier as Zonji, right? Like, this is where it starts to fall apart to me. That being in the same tier is wild, right? It's wild, okay? And you're saying, okay, I'm a Blue Gojo hater. I just want to make sure it's known, right? Just want to make sure it's known. But you're saying Blue Gojo's in the same tier as Hollow Purple and Mahito? Like, no. And you're saying Blue Megumi. This is pre-SP buffs, guys. Pre-SP buffs. He didn't have his SP buffs. Like his SP buffs made him way better. But you're saying, oh yeah, no, he's SS. Damn, bro, like shit, that's crazy. That is crazy to me. Because it's like he after like you could maybe make a case, but before, I don't see it. Ghetto's fine, Nanami's fine there, Megumi's fine there, I guess. This is pre-SP buff also, remember. It's just like, oh, Zonji and Drip Yuji in the same tier is crazy. Now, I could agree with Junpei, I guess. I guess, right? I don't know if my tier list, how it would look. Green Maki is a bit interesting. Like, it's just like, I don't know. Guys, is it me? Because it's talking about replayability and difficulty. But why? Oh, I love this art. But why is like Maki in here? Like, bro, is she an AoE? I guess actually she is AoE. Okay, so yeah, she's for sure in here for AoE. But Megumi, it's just like, come on, man, come on. It's just crazy to me. Like he has his AoE, which is actually like a pretty high AoE, all things considered. I don't, guys. I do not. SS is too high. It's too high. It's genuinely too high. I don't care. And then this is where it gets crazy. Guys, yellow Nanami's above Zonji. Oh my god. They put yellow Nanami above Zonji. Oh. And I know why. It's because he has type advantage. It's just so funny to see, right? I just can't believe it. I actually cannot believe it. This is insane to me. No matter what you say, Zonji is just a god, right? Sure, Nanami is able to work like type disadvantage or neutral, but Zonji just works too well to put him like below yellow Nanami at the very least. Like pre-SP buffs too. It's like, oh my lord, that's crazy, right? Is it just me? Like that's insane. And okay, we'll talk about the crazy ones here. Blue Inumaki, it's for sure because like it's just like I don't get it, right? Because Nanami's there because of type advantage everywhere, but then Blue Inumaki could only be used on blue. I don't know. And then it's like Mai should not be here. I don't care where, what, why. She should not be here. She's a follow-up debuffer. She could do her job, I guess. It's just very hard because she has no survivability, right? What I mean by that is Momo has dodge, Yaga has darkness, Gakuganji has stuns, I guess, right? Degumi has attack immunity, Gojo has his fucking, well, everything, right? So a lot of the top units have some sort of like thing to stop damage on themselves, but it's like Mai is lowering damage a bit, I believe. Her kit is very intricate. The thing is, it's very hard to use at the same time. Like if you get this, sure, 20% chance, but if you don't, what happens, right? That's the problem. And it's like she's mainly increasing damage, not decreasing their damage. So to me, she's a very easy target when I use her personally. I feel like she dies easily. I agree with most of the other ones. Gakuganji's a bit out there. Gakuganji's definitely a bit out there. There's some picks that are crazy, but the craziest is Sukuna. Like they agree that it's like for Sukuna would be in Hall of Fame if it was for high difficulty, but at the same time, my guy, Nanami is in there and he has to be there. He's in SSS. My guess is because his ult is type advantage. You do realize Sukuna's ult is type neutral everywhere, right? So wouldn't that put him a like step above when he's already good? Like, I just, like, when I look at this, there's some gaps, right? There's gaps to me. Maybe you guys could tell me otherwise, but there is gaps. Now, is it big gaps? No, it's a gacha game. Who the fuck cares, right? But it's fun to talk about, fun to have discussion, fun to see which units we think are better or not. Some people love to get pressed about this. I definitely have gotten pressed in the past too. But I've calmed down. I definitely calmed down, I think. But I still love debating shit, right? I love it. It's just Sukuna not being in Hall of Fame is crazy. And what is also crazy, okay, Domain Gojo, obviously. Momo, it makes sense. If they're including grinding, she is a fucking insane unit. But Hall of Fame, I need to know the criteria because they don't really be saying the criteria, right? I don't know. Like this guy, all the power to him, right? All the power to him. It's just a little bit odd to me at least, right? Like yellow Yaga is good, but that good? Like I guess it's also counting map events. If you count that, I could understand it. Now red Yaga, okay, he's good. He is not yellow Yaga level. Okay, if we're saying at the best that they could do, no, no, he's in SSS. And why is Yaga just that little bit better? Well, it's because he's doing so much, right? So his alt is a like way better because it's increasing a bunch of shit, right? But it's also what else he's doing. It's mainly the skill 3 that I've talked about before, the darkness, which could make it so that they won't have their turn, which is huge, right? It's absolutely huge. I just don't see how you could put Yaga in that same tier, to me personally. Especially because this Yaga is AoE debuff, which is way better on the alt. So I know he's mono, but still, like, I don't know. I need to see a bit more criteria. But with what I'm understanding, like, the main problems for me are Mecha Maru, Nobara, Kaido, Jogo. What the fuck is he doing there? Itadori, right? And then if we go higher, Zonji and Nanami. Where's Nanami? Nanami being higher is crazy. Maki, like, if it's because of the grinding, maybe. Blue Joe is, like, in the same tier. You have to put Hollow Purple and Mahito up. Like, okay, actually, Mahito could stay here given the requirements, right? Nanami, like, if you're going by these requirements, like, his ult is pretty good, too. I don't know. And then it's, like, up here, Mai is too high, right? Mai is too high. I think Inumaki is a bit too high, too. He's good, but SSS is, like, crazy. You're putting him, like, way too high. This is top 15 level, guys. Do you think Inumaki? No, he's not at top 15. No, no, no. Gaku Ganji's a little too high. And then it's like maybe Red Yaga, even Yellow Yaga. I just don't see it. Momo, I could see it more because they're grinding. She's so free to use. I just rather Momo over Yaga. The break damage is so nice. It is. I don't know. Anyway, overall, this is not a bad list. Like, there's obviously things I disagree with, but it's rather tame. Like, I definitely think that it would have been more accurate if they had the SP buffs in it, like, in terms of what I have in my head. But without it, like, I'm happy just looking at this. It's definitely not bad. There's definitely some things that stand out, and I mentioned it. It's just Yellow Nanami Mai is, like, two crazy things to me. But besides that, like, overall, let me like, retweet this because, you know, obviously I'm covering it. So why not? There's not many people. I just want to see, like, okay, yeah, no, it's gonna be a bit too much to actually look through everything, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna come back to this guy's tweets. Tenebu, appreciate the tier list, my guy. W tier list, and I'm gonna have my own tier list, probably the unit after Mekamaru, because I have to do my tier list event, and then I'm gonna do a video on that on like the 7th, and then afterwards I'm gonna make my tier list probably for the unit after Mecha. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, like the video if you haven't already, and also sub if you somehow haven't. Someone told me that they just realized they weren't subbed like 3 months later, so you know, you never know. But I will see you in the next one. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and watch the latest solo leveling episode. I am telling you, it is worth it.